Welcome in 304 Nation. This is Sam the Man and my halftime reaction video, guys. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscription button. Be sure to like and share if you don't mind. Whew. What a first half of football. It is. It's been a good game so far. West Virginia has showed up and showed out so far. I made some notes as I watched the game. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sharing this as I'm trying to do it. Hey Chris, it's been a good game so far. What's up, buddy? The notes that I took, here's what I'm going to hit on real quick. 10 to 10 at halftime, I'll take it all day long. I think West Virginia has underperformed so far, and I do believe that. I think the turnovers, the back-to-back turnovers was tough. For Pitt and for West Virginia, that was kind of the game changer. Both are establishing the run. West Virginia's got a couple drop balls down the field that really have impacted the game. We got to get rid of the dropsies. Penalties have been kind of the story of the first half. Welcome in, Talkers Pitt. Yeah, it's a good game, buddy. Very good game. My notes. First thing, leave Lee Corso alone. That's all I'll say. Leave that old man alone. I enjoy him. Let him put on his masks and do his thing. He is not ready to retire. Game day, Schnames Day. That was the sorriest game day I've ever seen. They did not talk enough about Pitt or West Virginia. They didn't talk enough about the rivalry. They focused on Ohio State and Notre Dame and everything but West Virginia and Pitt. They should be ashamed of themselves. Game day can go suck an egg for all I care. That's how I feel about that. Keys for the second half. West Virginia on third down, the defense has to get after the ball. They have to be better. They're doing the same crap they did last year, where on third down, they drop everybody and get no pressure. You cannot leave Keaton Slovis in the pocket with time. He will pick you apart. Something else that kind of made me laugh, as most you West Virginia fans that are watching can kind of attest to, has it been so long that since we've had a good quarterback that I jump out of my chair at an over-the-shoulder back corner throw to the end zone or a perimeter throw that's actually on target. Like, I found myself like feeling sorry for myself because has it been that long since we had a capable quarterback that I've forgotten what they look like in the gold and blue of West Virginia? And not only that, as we was watching the game, my better half, Dee, she said, he's awfully confident. And it's something that I hadn't really noticed, but JT Daniels is very confident. And I think that's what's probably going to help West Virginia pull this game out, is the confidence. I expected more of an offensive show. That's why I predicted, I think it was 34-31 or 31-27 or something like that. 10 to 10, we're looking at probably a 27-24 ball game, 24-21, something like that. I still think West Virginia wins by a field goal. All in all, I'm happy with our defense. The offenses are both kind of hit and miss. So far, Pat Narduzzi gets the nod for out-coaching West Virginia. Neil Brown and offensive coordinator Graham Harrell. I can't say what I said at home, but they've been a little timid in some of their play calling, especially I think it was the next to last drive where they had established the run and they didn't run a single play, run play, and took some shots down the field. Now, granted, if we had had a drop pass, we would have been okay. But all in all, if you're a West Virginia fan, you should be excited. The offense shows more promise under one half with JT Daniels than they ever showed under Jarrett Doege. The defense is kind of on point. Other than I want to see them be a little more aggressive, especially on third down. Greg Wild's defenses are performing to expectation. Both quarterbacks show moments of excellence. I agree totally. Chris, new quarterbacks for both teams. Weirdly, both from USC. There's, yeah, it's funny because we really have to thank the USC Trojans for this game because without USC, you're talking no Keaton Slovis, no JT Daniels, no Graham Harrell. um, it's it's the USC show. Chad Atkins, the O line has the same problem for 3 years. O line is a problem, penalties and drop passes. We have no speed at running back. Now, the running back situation, now I really like Tony Mathis Jr. I think he's played pretty good. I think the O line has shown some improvement. I think they've done really good. Now, the penalties are a problem. The big issue are the drop passes. We had 2 drop passes that were drive extending passes that hit the guys in the hands. They've got to catch them. Talk is Pitt. WVU will have to beat us through the air. I don't know. I've seen moments where it looks like West Virginia can establish the run. I think it's going to come down to who can keep the run game going. Now, Pitt ended the half really strong in the run game, looking really good, like they can really move the ball. West Virginia's got to get back to that. But I do agree with you. I think it's going to be through the air. I think, we've got to stay true to the run, and I think West Virginia's proved that they're going to try to do that. I just hope that the play calling of Neil Brown, I hope it doesn't get desperate in the second half like it did at times last year. It's a 10-10 ball game. We're coming back in. It's even Stevens. No more turnovers on either side. That's what it's going to take to win. And again, I think for West Virginia, the big one in my eyes is on third down. Third down defense, we have to get to the ball. There's just no ands, ifs, or buts about it. We can't set back and give Keaton Slovis time to throw the ball. Because if we do that, he's going to pick us apart. True, there were moments, but it seemed Pitt called on the West Virginia's running game plan, but our corners are very small. Well, I'll tell you what I noticed. It seemed like what they started off with was more of a power run scheme, and then they tried to widen the field out and hit that edge. Pitt's defense is too fast on the edges for West Virginia to hit the edges. That's why our running backs look slow. They're going to have to power up the middle. The O line's got to eat. They gotta open up some holes. The backs got to run. Tony Mathis, he had a run there at the end of the first half where he just dug and dug and dug and dug and dug, and that's what it's going to take. That's the mentality it's going to take out of a running back to keep that going. Pitt caused the problems when they used double-digit tights. Yep. And when they had 3 tight ends on the field and spread our defensive line out, linebacker, I don't know. I totally agree with you. That was when I can't remember Pitt's tight end's name. He was wide open in the middle of the field. He was on an island. Yes. Talk is Pitt. Secondary absolutely concerns me. The injury that we had, names escaping me. My mind's going 1,000 miles a minute, guys. That's a big concern. The bigger concern for me is getting pressure on Slovis. Anytime West Virginia, if you watch, especially on third downs, if it's third and long, West Virginia 99 out of 100 times will not send any pressure. And Keaton has all day long, and you just can't do that. You got to get pressure on them. That actually takes some of the pressure off of the D-backs a little bit. John Kelly, what's up, buddy? Hope you're doing good. We look like we've had some mismatches on the deep ball to exploit having 3 tall receivers. Absolutely. They just got to catch the dang ball. It was the same crap with Daggy in the last couple of years. You have to catch the ball. That's what it is. Bryce had one that hit him in the hands. Caden Prater had one that hit him in the hands. You have to catch the ball, guys. Been a few missed deep throws. Yep. Yeah, it's been an excellent game. Like, if you're a West Virginia or a Pitt fan, we should all be just absolutely thrilled to death with what we're seeing. It's a fitting game of the week, I think. It's good performances on both sides. I think this game means a lot to both teams. For the West Virginia fans, I can only speak as a West Virginia I don't like the word fan, but aficionado, that this game is really big for Neil Brown. This can buy him a lot of time depending on some of the other games they play this season, because I think it's going to be a really rough year. But hey, rivalry game, backyard brawl, 105th incarnation, 10-10 at halftime. You couldn't have planned it any better than that. I thought it would be a higher scoring game too, Talkus Pitt. I thought 40 points, 50 points would have been it. Yep. Even if it's sloppy, it's awesome. I don't know that. I don't know. The move from guard to tackle is rough because just the area that they have to cover. I think. I mean, honestly, I like that, Chad, but I think if that was a possibility, it would already be done. If that makes sense, I just don't think that that's in the scope of their capabilities as is. Now, if somebody would get hurt, they might be able to do it because then they might be the next best at that position. I know me personally, moving from guard to tackles, you have so much more to cover on the outside. Guards just kind of, eat up the middle of the field. Think we could be facing each other's top defenses. Both D lines are ferocious. I will say this: Pittsburgh's defensive line is uber impressive. They really, really are. They're really, really good. They're fun to watch. Pitt's swagger and their moxie is fun to watch. West Virginia's guys could take a note from watching how these Pitt guys play with intensity. They are ruthless, and they're dirty dogs, and I mean that in a good way. And I think West Virginia's offense could take a key from that, or their team could take a key from that and get a little bit of that old nasty Mountaineer back. That's something that we've lost. We didn't have it much under Dane, and we don't have it under Neal. And I know you don't like to give up penalties to stupid stuff, but I would rather give up penalties to stupid stuff if that means that my team's going to be more intense. I find it funny that both teams are blue and yellow, and the sponsor for game day is Twisted Tea. That is actually really funny. Well, guys, I'm Sam the Man. Thanks for tuning in. This is my little halftime ramble, man. I was ranting and yelling at the TV. I wanted to do a live show during the watching of the game, but I just can't do that because I say things that I don't want to put out on social media, yelling at the TV and such. But guys, check back with me. I'll probably tomorrow do a bigger reaction video talking about the game. I appreciate you guys tuning in with me here at the halftime. Let's go Mountaineers. Let's take it to Pitt. Let's win this game. We desperately need it. The fans need it. Nothing against Pitt, but we need it more than you guys do. You guys were the ACC champions last year. West Virginia needs this more than you do. Just plain and simple truth of it. But everybody, thanks for tuning in. Have a good